Who showed up late? Who showed up late this morning, Vegas? Vegas, are you the first one here this morning? That's official. First one here this morning. Vegas, you're on the board. Pops was late, you weren't. First person here this morning, Miss Vegas, Mandy. Vegas, we'll see you Friday, I hope. It'd be nice if that one hit. It's going to be some nice boxes on Friday, Vegas. Yep, that's what happens when you show up before Pops. Vegas actually showed up before Pops today. Can you believe that? Let me go get my tea. Vegas, you showed up before Pops this morning. I was late. I was 3 minutes late. You know what, Kim? You could total up my total late hours and minutes this year, and I'm probably at about 12. Let's say 12 minutes late this entire year. Anybody want to hire Pops? Who wants to hire Pops, Kim? Who wants to hire him? He shows up. He may not always be there, but he shows up. You guys say good morning to each other while I go grab my morning tea. We're going to watch this video together this morning. Good morning, everybody. It's tea time. Good morning. Say hello to each other. We have stuff to do today. I'm not even going to tell very many pop stories today, I don't think. Unless one accidentally pops out. Get it, Frank? Pop story accidentally popping out. Never winner befores. Are there enough of us here this morning, Jolie? Never winner befores. I think there's a lot of people, but again, here we are on our likes. We're only at about 50% on my screen. I'm going Pop Silencio. You're just going to stare at this picture. Unless you don't like it. Pop Silencio. I'll be over here waiting for you guys to decide you want to show more people this than your lazy thumbs. I'm over here. Oh, now the numbers look much fresher. Yeah, things are looking a little fresher. Good morning. Never winner befores. Never have you won before. Alan, your mom's funeral was Monday and it was beautiful and she looked beautiful. I'm so thankful for that and I want to thank you all for... Alan, thanks for coming back. And that's a good perspective you have there, my good friend. Funerals can be extremely beautiful. We would hope that they're more celebrations than we've been programmed to do in Western civilization. So, hello, Mr. A, and again, condolences to the whole fam. We here this morning? Let's take a couple of minutes, everybody send a little huggy-wuggy to Alan. Take a second. Huggy-wuggies to Alan and fam. Never winner befores. You know what a never winner before is? Niffer Mama, tell us what a never winner before is. Thank you for saying that to Alan, all of you guys. You're good kids here. Imagine being Alan, he gets to come back here and gets huggy-wuggies. What is a never winner before? Well, what's the definition? Somebody that's come here and never won before. Someone who has never won a wonderful Pops box. And that's exactly right, Nif. You act like you had it written out. Never winner before. Shy introvert, we're gonna cover that, aren't we? We got that Mushtoberfest coming. Never winner befores. Okay? I agree with you, Vague. Will you guys please come to my funeral? It's not my funeral, my celebration. If you can't come, like, I know Sandy will be there. Sandy and Carlotta. Probably Brock too. Maybe Brock will be there. At least watch live. Okay? At least watch live. And maybe make one quick final donation to Fungi for You. Okay? I want to get... Don't get me started talking about me. What day is it going to be, Ego? Stop it. That's... I don't know. The never winner befores. Nobody else, please participate in this. There's going to be new people here. People that have never won before, that have never played this game. You veterans here, there's many veterans here that have played this game many times, seemingly to the point of enjoyment. We're going to play the true false game with only never winner befores participating. If you've won before, I'm going to ignore your answer. If you put an answer up there and I recognize you as a winner before, unfortunately, you're going to force me to ignore you. Never winner befores, here's what we do. We're going to read 3 statements from our true false book. We're going to read 3 statements. You're going to wait till all 3 statements have been read. After the 3 statements have been read and I say go, you'll on one line say if the statements are true, 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 false, true. Just put a T, F, T, whatever. Just put an F or a T for a false or a true answer. The first person on my screen to have the correct answers 3 in a row will win something. Okay? Never winner befores. True false game. Here we go. I like this game a lot for one reason. Well, it's fun. But we learn. Okay? All right? Oh, is your chat back, everybody? All right? Oh, no wonder things were gone. No wonder you guys were quiet and just listening. Only never winner befores. We good with the lagorific? Okay. Chitty Chat is back. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to read 3. You guys heard everything I said, though, right? Okay. Here we go. Never winner befores only. 3 statements. Are they true or false? Number 1. A pound of steel weighs more than a pound of feathers. Number 2. In a vacuum, a pound of steel will fall faster from a building than a pound of feathers. True or false? And number 3, the South Pole can have 24 hours of sunlight. Is that true or false? Go. What are your 3 answers? David DeWick. First person here, first person answering, first person. David DeWick is the correct answerer. False, false, true. I see a lot of the rest of you. Of course, I made it easy, Kim. They're never winner befores. Come on. You're picking out easy ones because these are winningly challenged people or brand new, and we're trying to get them started. A pound of steel does not weigh more. A pound of steel is denser than a pound of feathers, but they weigh the same. Duh. Number 2, when there is no friction, everything weighs the same, and it falls at the same weight. So that statement was false. And the final statement was true. true. In parts of Antarctica, the sun stays above the horizon line from late October until late February, giving each day 24 hours of sunlight. David D. You're going to get to choose, David. You get to choose, my friend. You can put your name on this wheel for a spin to win on Friday. We're going to win big boxes. Or, David, you can play a side game. You won't get your name on the board, but you will get something. David, do you want your name on the board, or do you want to play a side game? Which do you want? Never winner before. What do I do, guys? Which do you want to do? Side game or name on the board? Let's make a deal. David's saying side game it is, Pops. Okay, we're going to do a side game. Here we go. What feels right for you, David? Okay. Many of you recognize this already. This is what we call a scale. Okay. We're going to zero out the bag. Get that part off of the number. Okay? David, if you can tell me which bag of fruit weighs more, you can have the heavier bag. If you can't guess the heavier bag, David, I'm afraid I'm going to have to give you nothing. So one more time, do you really want to play this game? You're going to have a 50-50 chance of getting the answer right, or I'll give you one more chance to get back on the board. You sure? Okay. You're ready. Okay, here we go. Bag one. Bag one. And bag two. David, which weighs more? Bag one or bag two? Remember, you must guess correctly. He's going bag number two, Pops. Let's weigh bag number one first. We're starting. Bag number one weighs 1.88, almost 2 grams, 1.9. We're going to go with the 1.9. Okay, 1.9. Bag number two, this is the one he chose. 1.76, David. David. Wow. After all that. That was an 8-hour buildup for that. I feel terrible. Holly, what do you do? I thought he picked the right bag too. Pops has never zonked to anybody before. I've never not sent. Did we just send him the 1.74 bag? The one he picked? Should we, Herbie, you say just send him box number 2? The one he picked, the one he wanted. Hags. You guys are all so cute. Send him the small bag. We're going to send him the small bag. What do you think, David? You're getting bag number 2. Don't try to get bag number 1 out of us now because you had a shot at it. You could have been on the board too. Okay? Oh, you guys are adorable. Send him the bag, Pop. Send him the small one, Egg says. Okay. I'm going to send you the small one. David DeWick, never winner before, and you barely won this time. Barely winner before, okay? So, David, I need your address. I'm not sending them both, Mark. No, I'm going to save one for you, my friend. Hopefully. Give me 5 people said that was kind of fun. You almost ripped David off. That was fun. That was fun. Eggs by the weight of a veil. Right? 0.2 of a gram. Okay, we can't run him off. We finally found, hey, Dave's not here. Now I'm laughing. Okay, that was fun. I almost ripped David off. I can't do it. I want so bad to zonk somebody someday here. Barely winner before. I want so bad. One of these days, somebody's going to get zonked right up the A. Boom! I'm zonking you, and I'm walking away. I won't even feel guilty. This has been 3 years. I should have laid a zonk on someone. Okay? Oh, I know you would, Dave. Don't worry. We can't zonk people here. It's like almost a written rule. Okay? Now, here's the deal, David. I need your address sent to me at the Detroit Mush Lab. That's all one word. The Detroit Mush Lab.net. And you send me your address over there at our website. And Mr. David DeWitt, we will send you the much lighter bag. The one that's lighter by a veil. Okay. Let's do another giveaway. Who wants to do another giveaway? Should we do another true false? Thank you, David. Should we do another true false? For everybody this time. And this time we're going to give away a Pop Stein box. And this came from, if you guys remember, Shy Introvert. My great friend Corey had 2 boxes that he asked us to give away in his name. We gave away one yesterday to Roxanne, I think. Badger got it, and then he gave it to Roxanne. We're going to give this one to somebody today, okay? If you've won this week, I'm sorry you can't win this. But if you've won anywhere else in the past, you can win this. If you've won this week and you win this contest, you're going to have to give this box away to somebody else. Okay? So that's the deal before we even get started. All right? If you've won this week, even if your name's on the board up here, you'll have to give this box away to somebody else so more people get a chance to win here. Let's play True False with all of us, veterans included. Okay? Okay, here we go. I've got 3 questions. or 3 statements. I'm gonna make the 3 statements. Wait till I've made all 3. And then after I've made all 3 and I say go, give the answers in single letter form. Just say true, true, false, 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 true, whatever you think the answers are in order. And the first person on my screen to see it correctly is going to win this Pop Stein box from Mr. Shy Introvert. First statement. There are 4 bases in baseball. True or false? Second statement. Lacrosse is a national sport of Canada. True or false? And finally, Argentina has played in every FIFA World Cup men's soccer tournament. True or false? Go. So, Kimberly Bolden, let's kill the game. Kimberly Bolden was the first on my screen to answer correctly. Kimberly Bolden. True, true, false. Congratulations, Kim. Hold on, let me read the answers. Kimberly Bolden. Are we surprised? The first one, are there four bases in there are four bases in baseball. True. There are first, second, third, and home bases in baseball. Number two, lacrosse is a national sport of Canada. They tricked you here. While ice hockey is the national winter sport of Canada, lacrosse is the national summer sport. Ah, got you there. There's two national sports. So true, true. And then finally, Argentina has played in every FIFA Cup, Men's World Cup. False. Brazil is the only team to have played in every World Cup men's soccer game. Brazil, not Argentina. Kimberly the Golden Bolden is going to be receiving this from Corey. It's a Pops 10-pack. Pure Ghosts. Ground by me himself. And beautiful harvest, 2 grams. Beautiful harvest of our ghosts. So Kim, you know what to do. Get me that Addy, and I'll send this out to you ASAP. Okay? You guys ready to get back in class? We'll have a couple more things to do and play here today. I hope you guys will enjoy today. I'm already having fun. Give me a couple of people here. Can we give that to a Never Winner Before tomorrow? Absolutely, Kim. Yeah, why don't you come up with a game tomorrow, Kim? I'll have this set to, that's kind of you. I'll have this set to the side and we'll open up with you doing a game. Figure something and you can give this away tomorrow to start out to give a Never Winner Before. Okay? I kind of like that idea. I mean, of course I like it because I'm taking your prize from you. But okay, we'll do that. I'll have this set over here tomorrow morning. I'm making a note. Kim will start us off with our first game tomorrow. Boy, Corey's loves going around town. Corey's loves gone from him to me to Kim, now to a Never Winner Before. I bet you the Never Winner Before is going to share it with somebody too. Back at the old homestead. Corey, this has already gone 5 degrees of separation from you, my friend. That's pretty cool. Okay. We'll do that tomorrow. So far, so good. I might have to go pop silencio on you guys again. I'm looking at 60 people and only 40 people liking it. That's like, what is that, Streety, 66%? What? Should we get back in class? Guys want to get back in mycology class? So far, all we've been talking about about getting started. It was really cute yesterday. I probably got about 5 or 6 emails yesterday during the day about people that are committing to get their grow going. So this information that we're getting going now out there, and I'm going to do it over the course of the next few days, dispense information through T here. And then people can come back and look at it, watch this too. There's a lot of people who don't watch us live. Tons. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I tell you thousands. There will, at the end of today, we'll leave here with about 65, maybe 70 live views. At the end of today, there will be over 400 views of this video right here in one day. Why do I say that? Because we're really putting out a lot of information. See what I'm saying? So if 400 people are going to tune into this just today, they're going to start. There's quite a few of those in that group that are like, need a nudge to the, not a nudge to the judge, but a nudge to their grow tent. Okay? Good morning, Bridgie. Glad to see you here. Okay. Streety, no, that's just in today. In one day, it'll average of about people. It's a huge audience that comes after and is actually what watches later during the day and the evening. So we were talking about syringes yesterday. Okay, or actually we were talking about the getting prepared and deciding. Let's just a real quick recap. What kind of syringes are you going to start with? Are you going to start with a liquid culture? Thank you, Nerdy. Are we going to start with a liquid culture? Actually, they can see the comments. There is a you can go back and watch these videos, and there is a option somewhere where you can push it and you can read back other people's comments. Yeah, Sandman just says it. You can replay the live comments. I've known to do it once in a while because I'm like, oh, what did that person say? I have to go back and check and make sure so I'm accurate. Yeah. So at a later date, you want to go back and watch these. You can also reread people's, including yours. Everybody except for Jesus Christ, everybody can read these appropriate comments. And we all know that when we're reading Jesus Christ comments, that it's like, just do what Pops does, just mentally blank it out, just scroll past it, okay? Like, just pretend there was no comment. Yeah. Okay, it's a skill, you'll learn it. I've learned it, he's taught it to me. You just, as soon as you see a comment from Jesus Christ on there, you're just like, boop. Like, I didn't see that, okay? Inappropriato. But we love that guy. I swear to God, I love that guy. Okay, everybody does, we're all laughing. But we all ignore you too, pal. Thank God you live on a different continent. He's so cute. Different continent, different time zones all together, and this guy's here every single day. Omnipresent. Okay? So, we're mycologists. We're deciding on our syringes. We're still trying to work out our syringes, okay? You know what? No, Sandy, I haven't heard from Laddie. So syringe. Let's talk about syringes. First, do a little research to determine what strains you want to grow. In order to know which syringe you're going to buy or you got to know what strains you want to grow. And then you'll say, okay, I can get a syringe of spores, or I know a guy that I can get a syringe of LC with that strain. Good strains to grow when you first start. Golden Teacher. We recently, I've been working with Sandy and on our website. We don't have Golden Teacher going on right now. We have a little bit that Sandy's put swab to agar, and he's going to work up some, but I don't have it right now. Golden Halo is another great one. Pink Buffalo. Streety said it. What we're growing until you get into the Hillbilly's a good firstie. B+, absolutely MDK. That is a good grower. Okay, it's a reasonably. Our Hillbilly has always been successful. At the end of the day, pick a strain. And as I mentioned to you before, we here at our lab, we kind of stick with one strain for a while. Pops, what do you have going? I have Ghost going right now. Well, Pops, I mean, how many? But the other ones, I have Ghost going. Well, and the other strains, no, I have 150 tubs. It's like 130 something right now of Ghosts going. Well, we decided that Ghost grows really well. It's a good market. It's a good, incredibly good, healthy medicine. It makes for a great grind for capsules. There's so many uses for Ghost is really quite a performer. I am not going to, in a production sense, which is where we're at. We're more farming at this point, right? I'm not mixing, I don't need to run 10 different strains and figure out which one's the best. I already know. I already figured that out. That's why I'm going to run 130 of that one. We figured that out. It grows phenomenally well in our set and setting. You have a different one over there. Ghost may not run as good for you. We're also doing a phenomenal job, us, of keeping our genetics running. Every 5th tub or so, we're picking some really beautiful fruit out, starting new plates off of that fruit, then starting liquid culture off of the plates. And then actually we spend more time on plates than we do in liquid culture here. Most of the jars that you'll see us inoculate, we do with agar more than with a syringe, because I'm running my own plates. And running it straight from plate to grain, it's going to be a little slower, but I know it's clean. I know it's clean. I don't have to test my LC. If I have LC sitting around in a jar for even 2 weeks, I probably should test it again before I go knock up some jars with it. But if I have a plate of Ghost, I can look at it visually and know it's clean, and easily and with confidence knock up jars. And I'm using a cloning fruit, Jonathan K. Okay? So let's go back to our syringes, because you don't have plates sitting in front of you. You're new, you're just starting out. We're just gonna get you going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have you start with syringes. Okay? Yeah, Anthony's like, it goes bad? It really does. Yeah, wait till you see the little floaty stuff on the top. Okay? So a liquid culture syringe is a culture medium that contains, what's the difference between a spore syringe and a culture syringe? We've been talking about them for days now. I'm going to finalize it. A liquid culture syringe is a culture medium that contains small pieces of mycelium that have already germinated from spores and began growing. They grow in a nutritious liquid to feed and expand. What are the pros of using liquid culture? The pros: liquid culture can be selected for its specific genetics. It has a faster colonization time, and it has larger yields. Cons: it has limited shelf life, especially if not refrigerated. Now let's compare that to a spore syringe. A multi-spore syringe, we always call it spore syringe, but we call it a multi-spore syringe, because you have a multitude of spores in there, in your syringe, and they're not all genetically matched. So what'll end up happening first is 2 spores have to find each other and get married. 2 spores in this whole multitude of spores have to find each other, and they get married, and they begin the colonization process. Okay? A multi-spore syringe is made up of spores suspended in sterilized water. 2 spores that genetically match must meet, then germinate to begin their life cycle. A spore syringe will create a mycelium network with a variety of genetics in it. So your spore syringe, you still have to, what we call, clean it up. Or You're not really sure what genetic you're going to get. It's Las Vegas, baby. Whatever you shoot into your bag from a spore syringe, it's not going to be a known genetic result. You might get the biggest shrooms you've ever seen, and you might get little climpy wimpies. You don't know which two spores got married, quote unquote. So there's much more of a gamble than if you got a liquid culture syringe from a known provider who's been running it and says this stuff provides really good fruit. I know it. I've been running it. Versus a guy that says, see these little pepper flakes? They're spores. They're going to get married in here. I can't tell you what you're going to get. Okay. What are the pros of using a spore syringe? They have a longer life. A spore syringe is going to last longer than a liquid culture syringe. Makes sense. It hasn't even really started to go to work. It has diverse genetics. Some people like the idea of, hey, I'm not sure what I'm going to get. This is going to be great. They're also easy to use. The cons are, it takes a longer time to colonize a jar from a spore syringe. And because of the diverse genetics, you may get lower yields. You don't know. Okay? So now that we have done some syringe research, I'm going to recommend as a starter guide that you start with liquid culture. Find a quality provider. There's a few of them around, and then there's a bunch of snake oil guys. Find a quality provider and get yourself some liquid culture. Okay? Liquid culture has tons of advantages, some disadvantages. I'm going to show a quick video here. I did this tutorial video a while ago, and I'm going to play this video. It isn't exactly online with what we're talking about here, but I want you to get in the mindset of this video is going to give you, it's a tutorial on, let's say you had a jar of liquid culture and you want to start pulling syringes for the specific purpose of storing these syringes, or I'm going to show you another video tomorrow that syringe will actually use and inoculate a bag with. So if you've bought syringes from somebody, you can skip this stage. If you're starting with a jar of liquid culture, I'm going to give you it's about 8 minutes long. I hope I doesn't bore you, but it's a nice walkthrough of a guy pulling syringes out of the mother jar and making a bunch of smaller syringes. Is that would you guys be I'm not being facetious here. Are you interested in seeing that video? It's going to be about 8 minutes long. And some of this stuff you guys already know. I know that. But then some of you've never seen it before. Okay? And then, for some of you, it'll be a refresher course. All right? So let's look at that. Here we go. Oh.
This is Pops coming to you from the Mush Lab. Today we're going to give you a small video on how to load syringes.
Yeah, thanks, CC.
Of liquid culture from a jar into your syringe. There's a couple of different terms we use. We call it pulling syringes or loading syringes. We'll use either of those two terms. Today we're going to take 10 cc syringes. These typically will hold 10 to 12 cc's. These were made by Global. I'm not speaking for them in terms of product, sponsors or anything like that, but this is a typical type of syringe that we use to get 10 cc LCs, liquid culture syringes. So we'll start with a syringe like this, And then we're also going to start with typically either an 18 gauge or a 16 gauge needle. So we've got our needle. Those both come in pre-sterilized packages. You can hear behind me a little bit of air, noise. I'm doing all of the work that I'm talking to you about today in front of our airflow laminar flow hood. So it's a clean medical grade air that's blowing to me and through me and past me of a HEPA grade filter. There's other tutorials.
I love you, smart Alex. I love you guys.
One of our
I'm not even joking. That's totally cool to be a smart Alex. Just pay attention in class. And don't pay attention to Jesus Christ.
So, we've got our needles, we've got our syringe, and we're going to go ahead.
There's gonna be there's gonna be
just get
there's gonna be a quiz.
A quick and easy way to do that is just open up the flap end of your needle. Let me put my glasses on. Pops, you need glasses when you do this stuff. Okay. So, I just opened the flap end of my needle, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm sorry, I can just take the syringe out
Of course,
completely
kid.
out of the package. These packages are already sterilized, and again, I'm working in front of my flow hood. So I'll take my package, get rid of the trash, and I'm just going to go ahead and attach my needle. Okay? So after I've attached my needle, I can go ahead and pop that cap off. And I'm going to flame my needle. Before I flame my needle, I typically will take my alcohol pad, and my alcohol pad, I'll already have it open and sitting in front of me.
Disclaimer right here. This is an older process where I would flame the needle, then wipe off the needle with an alcohol pad. It's not good. Bad practice, unnecessary. So it's never hurt me in my process. So at this point, I didn't really realize it, but skip this step. You do not need to wipe off your needle after you've already flame sterilized it. You don't need to re-wipe it with another sterilization compound that isn't nearly as sterile as the flame. So if you've used the flame, that's as sterile as it's gonna get. So if you've used a flame, ignore using an alcohol pad and just let your needle hold it in front of the flow hood and let it cool down for 7 or 8 seconds. And then once you've let it cool down, go ahead and use it. And Bill, there shouldn't be soot on your needle because we're using a butane torch. Okay? So, and even that, Vegas has a good point. Typically, because this was already a pre-sterilized needle, I typically wouldn't even have to flame it. But we will flame it here because we're gonna just be extra careful on our sterilization. But for purposes of this video, please ignore the step where we, where we wipe our needle off. It's not a lab no-no, and it doesn't hurt, but it's absolutely unnecessary.
For it's going to be really easy to work with. Also, you notice as I've been talking this whole time, I've never moved my hand or any of the open sterile equipment out of the flow hood area. I'll always keep it in this area. Usually I'm moving fast on everything I'm doing. This will happen like boom, boom, boom. But obviously I'm taking the time to talk about each step as we're going. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flame the end of this needle. Before I do that, I'm going to do a quick, leave everything in front of my flow hood. I'm going to give my hands a quick wipe off. I did this before the video started, but let me do it again now because I've been talking. Just want to make sure we stay nice and clean. This isn't anything more than being as sterile as we possibly can.
That's right, Strady.
So we've done that. We're going to go ahead and flame our needle, which is just going to go ahead and give a final touch to make sure that anything that we do with this needle should be sterile. The flame kills anything that could be harmful to
So
the
this was
mycelium that
a
we're
good
gonna pull
conversation.
from our liquid culture jar.
Alcohol swab or not? The answer's
Go
not.
ahead and wipe my needle down. And here's what we're going to do. In the jar, we're going to take our needle, and we want to point it towards the side of the jar when we put it in our self-healing injection port. So your needle is pointing towards the side of the jar, because we're going to be tilting our jar to pull our syringes. So rather than have the syringe pointing this way, we'd like to see our syringe
No,
pointing
Herbie,
this
it's
way.
my torch and he steals it all the time.
Once we've done that, and we've got our first syringe in here, when your syringes come out of the container, or out of the plastic bag, they have a slight bit of air in them. The first move you want to make when you're pulling your liquids is push that air back. Get rid of that air out of your syringe. Then, I have a move where I just take my syringe and I hold it between two fingers like this. I'll slightly tilt my jar like this, and I'll pull my syringe. I get up to 10 cc's, and I stop. Now here's the trick I want us all to do. This is where a lot of people will go ahead and remove this whole syringe from the jar now, and cap that syringe, and they've both got a syringe and a needle ready
I
to
know,
go.
Vig.
Well,
Every time I
here,
turn around.
we're going to go ahead and leave that
Where's
original
my
needle that we
torch?
put in this port. We're going to leave it there, and we're just going to detach the syringe from the jar, and we're going to put a lure lock on top of the syringe.
Yep, especially the tools,
So once we do
CCS.
that, I'm going to go ahead and untwist the syringe, leaving the needle in the jar. Okay? Tilt my syringe up, grab one of my locks, put a lock on. I now have a syringe full of LC, and I'm going to be able to reuse this needle. So, without a lot of talking, I'm going to go ahead and pull 2 or 3 syringes. So it's going to go boom, 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 pull 2 or 3, which you watch Pops in action. And that's about all there is to this. So, here we go.
Thanks, Hayes. Thanks, Dave.
Two. Go for one more here.
And in a matter of minutes, you can
So, leaving
fill
that
10
needle in the
syringes.
jar
Just
makes
boop.
a nice quick job, and my favorite part of it is we're saving needles on the planet. Not having less to recycle.
That's good, Kim.
I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. So, Pops, how easy is that? It's the easiest thing you could possibly do. So, in about 40 seconds, you saw we were able to pull those syringes. Using the same technique, and this right here, we're ready to pull some more. But as far as this tutorial for today, I think we all understand how to do this, and we got a couple of new hints and a couple of tricks. This is Pops at the Mush Lab, signing off.
Well, what do you think? Many of you have seen that before. And yeah, I touched my glasses once after sterilizing my hands, but everything was stayed pretty clean. Again, I wasn't touching the actual colonized stuff. Everything stayed inside sterilized containers, both the syringe, the jar, everything. So we stayed pretty sterilized in the process. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. All right, we're going to show a couple more videos in the next couple of days. Probably later today over on my IG. This is one that's going to be fun for you to go check out. How to make a liner. We do it, we call it, let me get the music on. We call it liner tech. And it's basically you could take any container, plastic container that you want, and make yourself a liner from it. And that's something that I'm putting out there a little bit earlier than the process so you can practice. Okay, after you do this process that I do a quick reveal on, after you do it 2 or 3 times, literally practice it, you're going to find it's the easiest thing in the world to do. It's actually kind of fun to make liners. It takes liners from a pain in the butt to, you know what, that wasn't that bad. I'm trying to find our music, I'm sorry. See if this is it. There we go. Okay. So you saw there a quick idea of how to get, when somebody's sending you syringes, that's how they made them. When Sandman is offering syringes, he starts with mother jars of his liquid culture and he makes syringes. And then he'll do one more thing. He'll take a couple of those scientifically and he'll go to a blank agar plate and he'll put a little dribble of it on a blank agar plate. And he'll watch that for 48 to 72 hours to make sure that the liquid culture in the syringes is still viable, clean, and non-contaminated. And once we've done that, then you know, you can't take that LC as it is right there and turn around and go give it to somebody and say, I can guarantee you I just give you perfectly clean LC. I can't. I can guarantee it to you after I do a quick test on it. Tests take 48 to 72 hours, and then I'm sitting there with a handful of amazing syringes that did nothing but get thicker while I waited for the test results. And those are what we would be offering out. Okay? But we definitely want to see it tested. Now, we've all agreed. You can streak it too, Streety, absolutely, or just a little blurb. Just a little blurb. And you can also do that. You can take a sterilized swab, squirt a little on the end of your sterilized swab, but do all of this in front of your airflow. You can squirt a little on a sterilized swab that you've opened the package. Boop, squirt a little of your LC, and then take that and do a swipe on the agar plate. And that would be a nice way to not overpool your liquid culture onto your agar plate as you're testing it. Okay? So, and the swabs are the cheapest things in town. You get a box full of sterilized swabs for next to nothing. And Sandy says he squeezes it right on even without a needle. A simple drop comes out and it doesn't even need to contain, it just needs to be, he's basically testing the liquid media. But I'm telling you that we test it, he tests it. And that's extremely important. It's so easy to be, oh man, I'm gonna make $1 million and I'm gonna sell this stuff. And you really do feel like you did a great job and you could be putting some stuff out there that's gonna blow up people's grow. And especially somebody that's new. What a way to get them started. Here, I'm gonna teach you how to do this, but I'm gonna send you something that's green. So check yourself. Stage one. Stage one, we'll start this tomorrow. I'll show you one more video here today. Let me show you one more video while we're here today. And this is sort of another advanced video. All right. Let's start over. This is pulling some liquids culture that we had put some food grade dye in the water, the sterilized water, before we pressure cooked it. So that's what, it's kind of fun. Show you one more time. Thanks, Streety. I agree with you on that. He's money. Okay, now let's look at this. Again, you can avoid that step right there of wiping off the needle. Just let the needle cool. I'm going to put in about 2.5 LCs and wiggle it around. These are the 1 pound bags, by the way, of rye berry. They're not colonized. That's just it's a kind of a glare in the light. I'm knocking up 4 bags at one time, 5 bags at one time with the 10cc syringe. And these are those bags that I got from Outgrow that are 1 pound each. So each one of these is getting around 2 cc's. Do you need to fire the syringe every time before you inject each bag? No. When we have our tape ready to cover our injection hole, and that's it. In the matter of a minute and a half, we just inoculated 5 bags. If you're having a hard time with bags, I understand. Go to jars. Okay. Interesting video there. Give me 5 people that are interested in what we're doing here. I think there's going to be more. I'm not trying to show off. I went back in my archives and said, this is what we're talking about. Let's pull out some videos. Let's dive deep. Let's dive deep in what we're doing here and end up with a lot of knowledge. Okay. Let's get a couple of more people's names on the board for this week. We're going to do the number game. Numbers between 1 and 50. Numbers between 1 and 50. We're going to continue tomorrow. We're actually just going to start stage 1. Tomorrow we're going to talk about how to prepare your grain, how to jar your grain, how to pressure cook your grain. This is all assuming you didn't go get bags of grain sterilized, ready from somewhere else. We're going to show you how to actually do your own jars, get that part started, and then we might even have time to talk about how to inoculate those jars. There's 3 different ways that we recommend we inoculate the jars. Okay? Here go the numbers. Top Give me numbers between 1 and 50. 1 and 50. And you can name up to 3 of them at one time on a line. Go. And I had to scroll back to see what numbers you guys have up here. But give me 3 numbers between 1 and 50. And I want to put your name on the board. Whoever gets it correct gets their name on the board. They're getting their name on the board. I still haven't seen the number. We're going to do this one more time, too. We're going to do this twice today. I need to get 2 names on the board, and I need to do 1 giveaway. So, give me 3 numbers between 1 and 50. I haven't seen it yet. 3 numbers between 1 and 50. I still haven't seen it. Okay, there it is, CCS. Killing the game, CCS. 27, CCS is the first 27 that I saw. And the answer is 27. CCS got the 27. Congratulations, my good friend CCS. Let's get your name on the board. Boop. You're up. You're up, pal. You got a shot at a big win on Friday. CCS is on the board. We're going to do this one more time. Hold on. Hold everything. I got to clear the old gamey-roo. We're going to do this again. And whoever wins this time is going to get their name on the board. And MDK, it's not going to count because I didn't say go. So wait till I say go before you do anything because I'm not looking at the screen. When I say go, whoever gets the number correct is going to get their name on the board, and they're going to get the big bag. They're going to get the big bag that Dave didn't get. Sorry, Dave. Someone else is getting the big bag, and they're getting the name on the board. So that's kind of like a double win. Go. Give me a numbers between 1 and 50, 3 on a line. Numbers between 1 and 50, 3 on a line. You're getting your name on the board, and you're getting Billy D. Billy D has already won it. Kill the game, kill the game, kill the game. Billy D said 19. Sure enough, it's a 19. Billy D killed the game, killed the game, killed the game. Bill, we need to send you this. Billy, we're going to send you this, and we're going to put your name on the board. Bill, I'm going to make you a deal. I'm not going to send this to you until maybe Friday. Oh, let me show you. We put Billy D on the board. And then I have a plus prize. So, Bill, if you win on Friday, I'll mail this out with your big box. If you don't win on Friday, I'll mail this. Sound good? Save me a couple of dollars on the shipping. You'll get this if you win on Friday in your big box. And if you don't win the big box on Friday, we'll send you that. Hey, you guys, this sounds like a pretty good deal. Should I do that again tomorrow? Give me 5 people says, Pops, would you do that again tomorrow? And the answer will be yes, if 5 people say, I would like you to put my name on the board and owe me 2 grams. I would really like that, Pops. I want my name on the board, plus I want you to owe me 2 grams. And we're going to do the big bag, small bag tomorrow, too. See if we can get another victim like we got Dave today, right? See if we can victimize somebody else. We're going to try. See if they can guess it within a veil. Would you guys get out of here? I love you, and I appreciate every single one of you. Hope we're learning mycology together in a fun way, and we'll pick up tomorrow. We'll be talking about grain prep and keep on rolling, get these tubs going. Okay? Pops, peace, love, grow tubs. Because you know what that means? You're going to get so excited about it, you're going to show other people, and they're going to show other people, and they're going to show other people. Next thing you know, the whole United States, each of us, if you own a car, you should have a tub in your house. Have a great day. Mike and RX and Nerdy. I know RX, I wish I could play better music in the morning. Darn it. Mike Barabal and Hags. Have a beautiful day, you and moms. And Nipper and CCS and Matthew. And Benny Benster, Benny Ben. And Cleany. And Tad. Hi, Tad. RX. And Young Reppin'. Okay, I do, actually, most of these Young are on my playlist. They're like 3 years ago. Alan and Sandman and Bridgie and Anthony and Nipper and Silly Gal and Bridgie and Penny Pack and Carlotta and B. Hendricks and Eagle and Holly and Mike and Paige and Jonathan K. and Eagle and Jesus Christ in Australia. Have a great week. A great day today, bro. Vegas, you too? And not that? Bill D. and Matthew, put a tub in your car. Drive around with it. Thomas Dove, Moms and Kim, Kimberly the Smarty Pants Bolden. She's going to run a game tomorrow. Jesus Christ, Anthony Hunt, Holly M, Thomas Dove, MDK, CCS, Titty Titty Dad, Holly, Mike Barabal, Moonshine, Streety, there you are, Holly and Cleany and Justin OK Med Rose and Sandman and Anthony and Young Rippin' and the Waz and Satterwolf and Holly and CCS. Pops, loving each other, spreading goodness and kindness. See you guys tomorrow.